Man, it's been well over a month since my last episode. The last 12 videos I've uploaded aren't even my main show. I'm gonna do something real strong to come back from this. What do I got on the docket? Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
There were some movies, terrible movies, movies so awful, no one would touch. Then came a Matt, sad little Matt. Matt then decided these movies to watch. When he walks into the theater, Matt's got something on his mind. Then you know he's gotta tell the world, get ready for Matt's fun-win movie time.
Today's episode, Bigfoot vs. D.B. Cooper. Hello, Bigfoot hunters. I am called Dan Cooper, and today we have a movie. Boy, do we ever have a movie. Today's movie comes to us from the legendary David DeCoteau. On the one hand, he directed objectively the best Puppet Master movie, but on the other hand, he's directed like 1,000 fucking movies. One of them was bound to be good. You might know him better for stuff like A Talking Cat, a Halloween Puppy, and a metric fuck ton of softcore gay porn. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The poster promises this film stars Eric Roberts and Linnea Quigley, except it doesn't. Quigley has 2 lines and never appears on screen, and Roberts is just the very sparse narrator. Also, apologies for the video quality, but the only place you can find this movie is Vimeo, and this is what their copy looks like. Although, let's be real, none of the movies ever look good. So today we're gonna find out who would win. A plane hijacker who mysteriously disappeared, or the legendary cryptid of North America. Or maybe we won't find that out. This is Bigfoot vs. D.B. Cooper. The film starts, as all good DeCoteau movies do, with a shirtless, hunky boy. But I'm sure this movie won't do anything outlandish just to keep cute boys on screen. Eric Roberts narrates from the future because this is what Eric Roberts ever looked like. I think he says he's going turkey hunting for Thanksgiving, but he decides to dress like goddamn Jacob Black to go hiking in Washington in November. This dude better be a fucking werewolf, or he's gonna die of hypothermia. Then again, it kinda looks like they didn't film in November. Looks like they picked a sunnier season when hunky boys could go around shirtless. He also doesn't seem to have a gun until this shot, and yeah, that's a toy gun. Maybe he plans to beat the turkey to death with it. And God, he walks forever. This movie's barely over an hour, and no exaggeration, the first 11 minutes are just him walking. We get the hint that Bigfoot is stalking him, but where's D.B. Cooper in all this? And trust me when I say, that's not the last time we're gonna ask that question. So we do finally see Cooper putting on a tie and cut back to walking. So the long-lost black brother finds himself at a house he thought was vacant, but is being rented out by even more hot boys! So was his plan just to squat in this house while hunting turkey? Now don't get me wrong, squatting is based as fuck, but why would you need a house in the city to hunt turkey? Isn't tomorrow Thanksgiving? Just shoot the turkey and go home. I'd also question all of these guys renting out a house for Thanksgiving, but all evidence suggests they're a polycule, so, again, fucking based. And look at this loser wearing a jacket in winter. Fucking nerd. And then, airport stock footage. We see the interior of a plane that Dan Cooper is clearly not in. Like, come on, I can see the reflection of David DeCoteau's back door in his sunglasses. Actually, let's not talk about DeCoteau's back door. Also, this dude does not look like D.B. Cooper.
Yes, sir. Is there a problem? Thank you, sir. I'll read it later.
Oh, earn that paycheck, Linnea.
I have a bomb.
No, you have paper towel art from a second grader. We do get a glimpse of old sassy boy, and boy howdy does he look good.
Where your freedom like that? Exactly. What is it?
Thought I heard something. Hey, are there bears in these woods?
I wouldn't count the possibility.
You know, I'd feel a lot better if we had our rifles.
Yeah, I think we can start heading back.
Oh yeah, jogging with a rifle sounds safe and easy. And yes, that includes those plastic rifles you got from the Frontierland gift shop. So Buzzcut goes to take a shower, which I'm sure will be tasteful and in no way homoerotic. Do you guys see this too, or am I just terminally online? Meanwhile, Bigfoot is peeping in at all the other shirtless boys. You think Bigfoot's a metaphor for David Dakota? Because the next scene is just one of the boys walking upstairs, stripping to his underwear, and posing in front of the mirror with his gun. And Bigfoot looks in his window, even though it was established he's on the second floor. Yeah, but I guess Sasquatches have been known to fly. So after, no exaggeration, a minute and a half of posing half naked to public domain glam rock, he finally walks out in basically the same clothes. Well, that was excessively homoerotic, even by Dakota standards. But whatever, weird scene, moving on. So the next scene is one of the boys walking upstairs, stripping to his underwear and posing in front of a mirror. Did my copy glitch out? This is the same scene! I mean, I think it's a different boy, and it's clearly a different room, but, like, it's the exact same scene again. Okay, but after that, one of the boys goes upstairs, strips to his underwear, and poses in front of a mirror. How many times are you planning on showing us this scene? 4. The answer is 4 fucking times in a row. 11 and a half minutes of boys going upstairs, stripping to their underwear, and posing. And I know Dakota has this whole series of, like, thinly veiled softcore gay porn titles, but that's the 1313 series. This isn't that. Why would I ever suspect Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper of being thinly veiled softcore gay porn? What's the logic here? I get the 1313 series. It's for people who want gay porn but don't want to admit it, so they kind of go, nah, it's not gay porn, it's from the guy who made Puppet Master 3. But what closeted gay guy is out there going, what can I get my rocks off to? Oh, I know! Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper. That sounds hella gay. But finally, they decide to leave the house where Bigfoot is waiting.
Now, I had heard stories growing up about things lurking in the woods. And as a kid, the story scared me, but monsters take on different guises when you're fighting in Vietnam.
Excuse me, Vietnam? When were you in Vietnam? That's a really weird detail to just drop halfway through the film and then not really come back to. Meanwhile, Buzzcut decides to make a sexy phone call even though his boyfriend's just left. And listen to how seductive he is.
What are you wearing? That's sexy. You miss me? Good, I miss you too.
Meanwhile, the one with the large feet decides this is the perfect opportunity to just break in. Well, that was about 2 minutes of plot. Time for more homoerotic content. Jesus Christ, Dakota. I like hot boys as much as the next guy, but this came out in 2014. The internet was full of gay porn. I didn't need this in Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper. I'd like to point out, we haven't seen D.B. Cooper since the 15-minute mark. Anyway, Bigfoot kills Buzzcut. It's pretty lame. And then after 30 fucking minutes of him not being on screen, we finally get back to the titular D.B. Cooper. But not before we see the exact same stock footage from earlier in the movie. Hey, any airplane fans want to tell me if these planes were used in 1974? Because I'd bet the answer is no. And in fact, we don't so much see D.B. Cooper as much as we hear Eric Roberts describe what D.B. Cooper did over stock footage and this shot that doesn't show his face. What, could you not get professional stuntman Terrence J. Rotolo back for a second day of filming? Just cast someone else, he doesn't even look like Cooper. Then Fez from the That 70s Show porn parody, That 70s Blow, goes back into the house to shit. So, you know, he wanders around the house for all of eternity and Bigfoot kills him. Gotta say, wasn't expecting this to turn into a horror movie, but then that's hardly the most unexpected turn this film has taken.
Where the hell are all the goddamn turkeys?
I don't know, probably in the woods, not at this park you're at, but a pile of obviously not turkey bones with fake blood lightly drizzled on them is proof something's up. So they go back to the house, where a boy goes upstairs, strips to his underwear, and decides to start working. Are you kidding me, Dakota? Because we also just saw one of them go out to the pool alone, so we know one of them's dead. Save the horny stuff for later, or possibly even never, considering how much of it there already is in this movie. But wait, subversion of expectation. Bigfoot kills the one inside the house. In the gayest way possible. He keeps wiggling his hand in front of this dude's stomach, and this dude just does nothing. He doesn't even scream until just before he dies. We see more footage of the inside of the airplane, even though at this point Cooper has already let the other passengers off. So, why are they still here? Then we see a CG model of an airplane that is distinctly not the one Cooper jumped out of. Also notably, it was foggy when he jumped, which clearly isn't in this movie because they filmed in late spring. And then Eric Roberts admits he was D.B. Cooper's accomplice.
And who am I, you might be asking? Bernie Doyle, Cooper's accomplice.
Yeah, Bernie, the lead character, was out here to help Dan Cooper escape. Just gonna drop that twist on us after seeing exactly none of Cooper's actual heist. The tallest boy runs away from Bigfoot, but he catches him eventually, thus tying up all the loose ends. So now on to the actual Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper fight. And Dan Cooper must be exceptionally strong, because Bigfoot killed those other guys with no problem, but Dan manages to take him. But at a cost. Bigfoot marks him, and he becomes Bigfoot. That's not a joke, that's how the movie ends. D.B. Cooper was never found because he became Bigfoot.
You can still hear him howl in the woods as the search for D.B. Cooper, as the search for Bigfoot continues.
And much like everything in the film, the end credits music is appropriately inappropriate. So that's Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper, and it's a pretty fun watch, although you might want a little help from your viewing buddy, Mary Jane. I'm saying get high and watch this. This movie drags. There's about 30 minutes of actual plot, and the rest is all padding. Mostly really funny, really gay padding. But the few moments of sheer insanity topped with how absurdly repetitive it is make it a perfect pick for a stoner flick. Because let's be real, you're not going to pay attention to the extended scenes of nothing happening, and the moments you can't ignore are the best shit ever. I do think it's still enjoyable even if you don't partake, but just know going in, this thing has more padding than a teddy bear asylum. But it's probably worth it for all of the really silly parts. Although, if you want some gay porn on the down low, no one's ever gonna suspect you're getting off to Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper. Although, personally, I'd recommend you just looked up actual porn. But not before you watch this playlist of all of the dumb versus movies I've reviewed. And until next time, I'm Matt, reminding you to watch porn.
I'm about to go take a shower. Yeah, I stink real bad. Okay, baby. I'll be thinking of you. Alright, love you. Bye.
And until next time, I'm Matt, reminding you to watch porn. You will pay dearly for this, Matt presents.